Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. How you guys doing? This is just like a sit down with me. I just came off my live stream doing this wonderful, very brown, gorgeous makeup look. And I was a little bit, not myself in a sense where I had to start over the live stream like 3 times and just going through a lot behind the scenes, putting in the work and stuff like that. And it's something that I don't hide from. And my emotions and my feelings, I really don't hide from them anymore because I've been the type of person to hold things in for a very long time. Things that are bothering me, I don't speak up about it. I don't talk about it. I just hold it in, and then things will build up and build up and build up, and then I will eventually crash out, and I will bawl, and I will do all of that, and then I will deal with whatever I need to deal with. In 2017, I made a change, and that change came about where I was somewhat in love with somebody, and the opportunity for me and that person to be together was there, but because of my fear and because of me overthinking, because I'm an overthinker, we didn't, kick it off or whatever the case may be. And I revealed to him how I had felt at the time, etc., etc. At that time, I wasn't really in good terms with my sisters and my mom and stuff like that. And I was very much alone in that sense. And I took it upon myself since I opened up to him about how I felt about him. He's still my really good friend now. We are like Bonnie and Clyde. That had opened the door for me to start communicating how I feel on the inside and stuff like that. Especially coming from my country, especially getting raped and all of that other stuff. Like, there's a lot of built up anger and tension and fighting and bickering in my past that I didn't dealt with. Relationship issues, cheating and all of this stuff that's built up in my sexual health and how I deal with moving on and how I deal with talking to new people, all of that type of stuff. And for anybody who've ever gotten raped in the past, it's not an easy thing to then jump up and just have sexual intercourse with other people like that. It's a mental thing, and you have to take yourself out of that space in order to let that person in. And when you do let people in and they end up fucking you over, sorry for my French, or do something that you especially when they know exactly where you're coming from and your intentions and stuff like that. So there's a lot of build up things and it's so important for you to talk to somebody that you trust in order to vent and say certain things with, and etc., etc. I'm only saying this now because I really want to encourage people to lean on your friends and lean on people who you really care for and think that they care about you, to talk about things that you're going through and issues that you're going through. For me personally, like, my business has been suffering a lot, not because I am not a good business person, not because I'm not putting in the work and the effort. It's just the climate. People don't have as much money as they used to have, and people are taking things into their own hands, and the world is shifting and the world is changing. And with that, as a business owner, you have to change with the world in order to be sustainable, in order to enjoy the fruits of your labor and stuff like that. So that has been a really big change for me. The people that I once knew, the people that I used to go out with, the collaborations and stuff like that I used to be doing, I don't do them anymore because people have moved on. People have found new other people. People have found new artists to work with, etc. And these are things that I had to come to grips with. Me going away and pursuing my career in Sephora. I've talked about this a couple times on the channel. Yes, I did what I needed to do for Sephora, and I developed into this beautiful entrepreneur, handling my Sephora ambassador role very well, training and coaching people. I did a wonderful job when I was there. And it was for me to take all that I've learned and put it into my business and all of that type of stuff. When I came back to Toronto, I thought that it would have been so easy for me to jump back into the swing of things and doing this and doing that. And I realized that the climate had changed. In 2 years, the climate had changed tremendously. And it was difficult to get my foot into the doors or do this or do that. And what a lot of times people don't talk about is the fact that these promoters, sometimes these videographers and these people who are in the head, they take advantage of women. They take advantage of people in general, because they will want to work with you, but then, oh, can I take you out? Can I take you for dinner? Can I do this? Can I do that? You know, it's always they want something in return if they're going to help you out financially, or putting food in your pocket, stuff like that. I had a gentleman who loved my work on Instagram, and we became good acquaintances, or whatever the case may be. Gave him my number, we were chatting. He was a part of this band for Caravana, and he was like, oh, he can get me in, and he can get me to do makeup for Caravana, etc., etc., etc. And little that I know, he wanted me, you know, to be his girlfriend, or wanted me to date and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm not looking for a man. I'm just looking for better opportunities. And because I did not take him on, he took the opportunity away from me, because he was going to use me as his quote-unquote girlfriend in order to book the gig, or whatever the case may be. And he was using me basically as a trophy or something of that sort. So when you say one, you definitely have to say two, you know? And it is crazy how much of these type of stuff you have to go through. Not only the fact that you are out here striving for the best, you have to deal with, and I know a lot of times people might not want to talk about these type of things, but it's real. The fact that you have to work extremely harder as a Black person in this society, it is so 100% true. You have to work extremely hard. And my hat goes out to the people who are out there doing it on a daily basis, trying to make it work for their families, friends, daughters, sons, brothers, you name it. So it's not easy. It is definitely not easy. So I'm just saying this, all of that, to say this. Whatever you're doing, you're going to meet hard times. You're going to have hurdles. You're going to feel days where you don't want to get up and do anything. You don't want to get up and push yourself forward, nothing like that. You're going to put in a lot of work. But at the end of the day, you have to know where you want to go, and you have to be hungry enough to put in the work to get where you need to get to. And my message to you is never to give up. Never to let the naysayers or the negative things that are happening in and around you to deter you from being the best version of yourself that you can be. Because if you don't do it, who will? Who will? I'm here. I've had a business. I still have a business. If you'd have told me when I was in Antigua if I would have become my own business person, I would have told you no, because I was under the shadow of a lot of amazing people, and I never got the thanks or the praise that I deserve in my country for the things that I was doing and the time that I was doing it, and all of that. To come here to a new brand country by myself, meeting new people who I consider family, no, it has not been easy. I could have gone to the States where I have family members and stuff like that, but I choose to come here because I've been visit here before and I liked it. And I could have be my own big woman. I could have made big decisions for myself and stuff like that. And I did it, you know? And I look back at the girl that I was then and to the woman that I am now, and I'm humble and grateful for the opportunities that I've gotten, the things that I have done, and the things that I'm yet to do. I'm grateful for. But sometimes in life, it's very easy to get distracted. It's very easy to be unmotivated. It's very easy, you know? And I am trying my best to be the best version of myself and to give you guys the best quality content that I can give, you know? And just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to make more edited videos for you guys because I miss doing it. I know I've been doing a lot of live streaming and stuff like that, but I also miss just sitting down and making videos and editing and doing all of that. And I'm gonna try my best to be better at my editing and what I'm actually putting out and stuff like that, and just being more mindful and all that good stuff. I just had to come on here and say what I needed to say and just get some of this frustration out, you know? And I am the type of person that I'm always the strong person for my friends and family. So sometimes it's hard to vent. And I know if they watch this, they're going to say, oh, you could have called me, you could have this, you could have that. And that's totally true. But sometimes when you are the hero who's going to save the hero. And sometimes I find myself in that position that I don't want to ever be so vulnerable to certain people because they look to me for strength. And strength is what I give them because I listen and I hear and I do my ones and twos. But sometimes a hero just needs to vent, and I don't even know what I'm going to call this video, but I just wanted to let you guys know that this is what's happening now, and I feel that I wanted to share it, so that I'm sharing it. The monetization stuff is coming. I'm already half monetized, whatever that is. I'm still going to have to work towards my watch hours to get fully monetized, which will be 4,000 watch hours. I'm at 3,100 and something right now, and after my live stream tonight, I don't know where I might be. 3,200, I don't know. So for the people who have been supporting, I know you guys are gonna ask why certain things are not certain things and all of that. I don't have the answers. I'm just working with what YouTube is telling me, and I'm just trying to be as humble as possible and go through the motions. What is for me will always be for me, and I know that for a fact. So I'm not going to sit down here and, be a sour Betty about whatever. It is what it is. There's nothing that I can personally do about it. I wish I could, but I can't. So, but for the people who have been supporting me and who have been watching my playlist and who had my videos in the background, I really appreciate all of you guys, because without you, all of this is not going to be possible. Sorry. Without you guys, all of this is not possible. So I'm forever grateful for all of you guys who have spent your time with me and going on this journey with me, because it has not been easy, and I know it's not going to be easy, but I'm not going to give up. I am going to keep pushing through until the Lord is ready to take my life. But until then, you're always going to see me pulling up, no matter what. And until next time, remember, I beat, and I beat for the gods. Bye.